President Donald Trump's latest attempt to use his influence in the world of sports has seen him try and strong-arm the owners of the Washington Commanders to bring back their controversial former nickname. In recent days, Trump has decided to push back on woke culture in sports by demanding 2 professional sports franchises revert back to names involving indigenous people. The president has demanded that baseball's Cleveland Guardians and football's Washington Commanders return to their old monikers, the Cleveland Indians and Washington Redskins, respectively. If either of those things came to fruition, it would be a prickly situation. But Trump went further on Monday by saying that he'd withhold funds to the Commanders' planned redevelopment of RFK Stadium in the city limits of Washington, D.C. The team announced they'd be putting multiple billions of dollars of their own money into the development, but is also requesting that the federal government, which owns the property on which the stadium stands, chips in $1 billion from the city budget. In another clip, Smith noted that Trump's executive orders to cut down on the size of the federal government has meant he's proceeded to let go of nearly 300,000 federal employees since he's taken office, and that because of that, his actions could result in Commanders owners, led by Josh Harris, could feel a pinch from the government. But while the stadium sits on federal land, former President Biden signed a 99-year lease for the District of Columbia to take over ownership of the site on which the team plans to build the stadium. Of course, Trump could cancel that lease or put up any number of roadblocks to delay the team building up the stadium. But at the end of the day, there's nothing legally that the president could do to force the Washington football team or the Cleveland baseball team, both of which are private businesses, to change their name. Moreover, if Trump puts up roadblocks to slow or halt altogether the building of a stadium at the RFK site, Harris and the Commanders could simply back out of the project and find a new location to build a new stadium. Harris previously pledged not to change the name of the team, despite calls from some former fans and at least one Native American group to bring it back. Plenty of other Native American groups and indigenous people continue to see the Redskins moniker as offensive. But there's one other person who might take issue with Donald Trump using the power of the presidency to interfere with something like this: Donald Trump. After the situation unfolded over the weekend, internet sleuths uncovered a tweet that Trump posted back in 2013. President should not be telling the Washington Redskins to change their name. Our country has far bigger problems. Focus on them, not nonsense. Since that tweet was uncovered, some have called out Trump for his hypocrisy on the matter.
Know that it can be to Josh Harris, because I think he made the mistake of saying we're never doing anything, we're not changing, because what Trump has shown religiously, he's willing to double down and make this as hard as he possibly can. But by the looks of the law and what has transpired on the books, it seems to be little to nothing that Trump can do about this other than make noise. But again, it does assist in him appealing to his base. We understand.
David, I hold that thought because I have Ryan Clark with us, who of course plays.
The Commanders change the name back to Redskins?
Well, you want me to make a controversial statement? I would. I wouldn't have changed the name, but that's there. It just doesn't have the same. It doesn't have the same ring to me. But you know, winning can make everything sound good. So if they win, all of a sudden the Commander sounds good. But I wouldn't have changed the name.
DC City Council has not approved the new stadium for the Commanders. If they don't approve it, will you step in?
Well, we see what happens. I've been looking at the deal. And, you know, I don't blame them. They have to, it's a very important piece of property. It's a great piece of property. So we'll see. But if I can help them out, I will. You know, ultimately we control that.